What's going on, everyone? It's Kochi here, and it is time banner review on the Thousand Blood War Stern Ritters, the round 2 of the 5th anniversary banner. You saw the teaser and everything I uploaded yesterday, and I said I'd do a banner review the next day. So today is the next day, or at least the morning, or at least afternoon at this case, at this point in time. But regardless, we're going to get into it, getting to their stats and skills, and give you my thoughts and opinions on these characters. So we got Uryu, Ugrem, Hashvald or whatever, and Basby. So let's go into their, what is this? Trusted and legitimate successor, Uryu, the one who weighs everything in the balance, Ugrem, Hashvald, and Basby with his burning passion and finger. Bit weird wording, whatever. Let's get into it. Let's see, the first character. Should we even read these things? Not really. I mean, okay. Well, I mean, because we're going to see their stats and everything. But Uryu has a ailment reversal skill. We'll talk about all those. Hashvald has a 2 new skills, Brave Battle, Invincibility, and Brave Battle Counter. He's a PvP unit. And then Basby has a increased status ailment chance against power attribute around cars. They'll be added to the Grimmjow Epic Raid. So here we go. Let's talk about these skills. So for Uryu, the ailment reversal skill, it reflects status ailments back on the enemy, and the inflicted ailment has no effect on the character, but they do take damage, and they also recover some stamina. It doesn't work on like bosses, like it doesn't work from stage hazards or epic raid bosses. And yeah, you can see here it only protects against the ailment. You still take the damage from the attack. If an attack reduced the character's stamina to 0, the ailment will be reflected back onto the enemy, but the character will not recover any stamina. Wait, if an attack reduced the stamina to 0. Oh, so if they die from the attack and they got procced by a burn, they're still dead, but it will reflect that burn, like as the last thing they do before they die. Okay. Interesting ability for a character. Well, we'll get into it after. We'll talk about it more in a second. Brave Battle this is for Hashvald. So characters with Brave Battle temporarily invincibility are immune to all forms of attack for a short period at the start of a Brave Battle. This includes all standard forms, status ailments, insta-kills, attacks, and debuffs. So it seems like they just basically take no damage. And I think the timer on this is 10 seconds. That is kind of nuts. That is actually crazy, because 10 seconds is like the usual like average time it takes. Not even average, like battles usually end before 10 seconds. If it goes to 10 seconds or a bit longer, then it's considered a bit of a longer fight, because that's when the soul bomb spawns and that's when things get random, and you don't want that. So most fights typically end before that or at the 10-second mark as the soul bomb spawns. So to be completely immune during that time, that entire time, that is insane. You can go a full damage build on this character, and I'm assuming like there's nothing that can interrupt him or do anything, because he does have poise, and you can just full out damage anything and just do maximum damage. You know, you don't have to worry about your survivability at all, right? Does that work with like full stamina damage links or something like that? Like, I don't know. That's kind of crazy to me. And then he has Brave Battle Counter. So enemies, they suffer counterattack damage whenever they cause damage to a character with this skill. And it does not interrupt the character, and it only affects standard attacks. So it doesn't, damage from status ailments are not countered. Okay. So I believe the counter is 20%. So he reflects 20% damage, and he can't be damaged for the first 10 seconds. That is absolutely nuts. Like those are some crazy PvP abilities. Man, we'll get more into it, but yeah, the same steps and everything. Nothing has changed. Really, when I saw the round ones, like how round 1 step ups were handled, I didn't expect round 2 to be changed, because they've already got all this planned out. They're not going to change it, even though there's like an obvious like negative reaction from the community. But anyway, so Uryu, he's a tech attribute character. As you can see, SP unit, Soul Reaper Killer, you know, special heals and damages the enemy, SAR trait, and then here you can see a skill, Bruiser, Havoc, Berserker, Frenzy, Devastation, Ailment Reversal, Guard Break, and Sprinter. So ailment reversal, he's an SP unit. It reflects like status ailments. I think it's kind of weird on an SP unit, like, don't you think? Because it's like, how often are you hit with an ailment in just regular PvE? Like, don't get me wrong, I think it will be helpful. Like, you guys know, like those ninjas in like co-op that do weakening, stuff like that. Like, he's a Soul Reaper killer, so you're gonna go up against those ninjas that do weakening. They just instantly like pop out of the ground and stuff like that. And you can't get weakened because it will reverse it, and it'll damage them, and you'll get a little heal out of it. So that's pretty cool. But I don't know, I feel like that kind of skill seems more like a PvP skill, because there's so much ailments in PvP. It's so garbage, like with the soul bombs and all the characters with like these full screen SA3s that are just, you know, just popping everything off at the start of the fight, and people get weakened, people get paralyzed. It's so damn annoying. I feel like ailment reversal would be more beneficial in that game mode. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure it said the character the inflicted ailment has no effect on the character with the skill. But the one thing is, now this skill does exist, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this be like the answer for like PvP status ailments later on. They put this on PvP units, so they can't get status, then they get healed every time they get status. So it's just like hard counter status ailments in PvP. But yeah. He has a interesting kit. I saw some people not very happy. I think he has a 40% mag SA1, and then he has like a Vortex SA2, and then a full screen SA3. I think his kit is basically the same as Can't Fear Your Own World Sanosuke. I know some people were upset with that, but his SA2 maybe is not that great, but I mean, SA1 and SA2 are the two strong attacks that people are upset with. But like his SA1, I don't think it's that bad. When I test played Sanosuke and when I made the gameplay of him, and the gameplay's on my channel, it honestly didn't feel that bad of a strong attack because it had Havoc. And I don't think any other character in the game had that strong attack with Havoc at the time. So Uryu has that same strong attack with Havoc as well, and also having guard break. So I don't think it's that bad of a strong attack when it has like Havoc and stuff. The AoE is larger, but of course it's not the best thing in the world. It could definitely be better. I know some people are a bit disappointed by that, but I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's still usable. When I used Sanosuke, I didn't really feel like I can't play the character or anything like that. I felt pretty okay with it. So I think the same should be said for Uryu. But yeah, that's Uryu. And then Yugram. Man, I really was hoping he'd be like an SP unit or something, but PvP NAD unit. Unfortunately, not too many people care about PvP. Damage taken, soul traits. You can see all his skills: Bruiser, Berserker 50, Flurry Poise. And then he's got all this Pierce Barrier, Invincibility, and Counter. I've already said, like, I think the Invincibility, again, Brave Battles only last like 10 seconds at best. So being invincible for the entire duration of that, pretty damn OP. And the Counter just reflecting all damage during that time. So if they work in tandem with each other, while you're not taking damage, you are reflecting 20% of the damage you would have taken. That's kind of nuts, right? So maybe maybe you shouldn't go like DR or anything. Maybe just go full damage build, so you take as much damage as you can and you reflect all that like 20% more damage back, if that makes sense. That could be something to consider. But yeah, he's a power attribute character with Squad Zero Killer. Kind of weird there. I don't know what the decision making with that was, but yeah, that's that, I guess. PvP, I don't know. We'll have to see, because Caleb did say they're rebalancing PvP, and it's funny because Yugram is the balance, like that's his shrift or whatever. So like that's the balance like we didn't expect, or we didn't exactly want. But who knows how PvP will change from now until whenever it gets revamped or rebalanced. So it'll be interesting to see what changes and then will happen at that time. Then lastly, we have Bazz-B. So Bazz-B, yeah, speed, a Rancor killer. I think he's pretty solid. Out of like, if you don't care much for PvP units and you kind of think like Uryu's a bit lackluster with like 2 ranged collision, like strong attacks, then I think Bazz-B is the most solid out of all of them. I believe, let me just double check his kit. Yeah, he's got a lunge on his SA1, a cone-shaped SA2, and then a charge SA3. Speed, a Rancor killer, all solid strong attacks. Havoc, Berserker, Frenzy, Devastation, pretty standard kit. I don't think he's like that crazy, but I think he's a pretty standard, like up to date unit for our, like the units that are being released these days. But yeah, nothing too much else to say with those three characters. Now onto the fillers. Man, I mean, I guess like some of these characters are a bit better, like fillers. Definitely like believe Kenpachi is pretty good. Believe Toshiro is pretty good. Even that Mind Jushiro, I like him. I have him 5 out of 5. I've like max transcended him. He's not the greatest, but he's more than serviceable. He's also a 14 star link. And then like the seasonal characters, I don't know, like the Yoruichi and Nanao are kind of dated and maybe not that great. Halibel is a 14 star link. The Quincy Ichigo is a 14 star link. So I feel when I see this, I'm mostly seeing like links. The Lisa and the Shunsui, I don't feel are that relevant or like mentionable. I guess Lisa can be used for some Senkamen floors, and then Shunsui also is a Chronicle Quest bonus for at least one of them, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I don't know. I was really hoping for some different fillers, I guess. When I saw Fierce Battle Aizen on the filler for round 1, I was hoping maybe we'd see Fierce Battle Kenny or Ichigo, something like that. I know they've been featured in other banners, like Kenny was on the Senkamen banner, and Ichigo was on the Asia release campaign, like a banner that was out. I don't know if that's actually still out, but yeah, he was on that banner as well. So it's like, I get it, like they were featured, but just, man, I don't know. I guess it's definitely better. There's no speed Ishin and stuff like that, but yeah, it's mostly just links. I'm mostly just seeing links and stuff for the filler. That's pretty much it for this. They do have individual banners as well. If I can, I'm not gonna go through each and every one of them because it'll take too long with the news. So I have it open on my computer here. I'll just go to the image and I'll just go over what characters are in it. So here we go. For Bazby, his individuals comes out on the 12th, running to the 18th, and the fillers are him, Tech Rukia, obviously the new one, Mind Momo, Halloween Gin, and then Parasol Aizen. Then we have Hashvald, his banner comes out on the 18th, fillers are him, obviously, Kione and Centauro, Omaida, Halloween Lillinette, as well as and that Omaida, Speed Omaida, by the way, and then Parasol, Halibel, and then lastly we have Uryu's banner coming out on the 24th, and the fillers include obviously him, Mind Isane, Tag Team Izuru, Halloween Grimjow, as well as Parasol Sun. I'm a bit tempted to summon on this one because I don't have Grimjow. He's a good 14 star link. Don't have Sun. I wouldn't mind the new unit. And I could use Izuru to reroll his extra slot if I get any dupes of him. And obviously, as of right now, I don't have Uryu. Oh, sorry, did I say, wait, Izuru, Uryu, they're just sounding similar. I didn't mess up the names. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. There's nothing really much else to talk about these characters. Not as hype as I would be. I've already said before that these three aren't like my all-time favorite units or anything. I would mostly be hype summoning for Hashvald, but I don't know, PvP unit, I'm not really that much into PvP. It'd be cool to have him and try him out and see all this this invincibility nonsense and how this works out, but other than that, it's not like too much of an interest for me, but maybe it is for you. So let me know what you guys think of this banner, these three characters and all that, and if your thoughts and opinions, if you're gonna summon, or you're gonna go back in on round 1 to try and get Byakuya and Ichigo now, knowing that these three are coming out and maybe you're not a big fan of them. Let me know, but you can leave that in the comments. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe, and the link to Discord is in the description, so you can feel free to join. And as always, I will talk to you all later.